The Bunker Project is sponsored by Wix.com, the easiest way to create a website online, a Facebook page, a mobile optimized site, and now supports HTML5. The Bunker Project podcast episode number 89. All right, welcome back to another episode of The Bunker Project. My name's Andrew McGivern, and I'm a bunkerholic.
You're a bunkerholic.
A bunker.
That's not bad, actually. I like that. A bunkerholic. That's a T-shirt, man. It's a T-shirt.
Here in the studio with Bob Garlick.
Yo, yo, yo. Do you want to do a quick run around, see who's in the house?
You bet.
Cool. Let's start with Sanj.
Sanj Sukrikar, Genesis Designs, website developer, Joomla happy always.
Joomla happy always. That's nice. I like that. Big B.
Bonnie Sainsbury, B. Sainsbury on Twitter, internet marketer. Happy person.
Big I.
Ian Nethercott, car person, and all-around opinionated individual.
That's pretty accurate. And we have a new guest here.
Yeah, it's Lei. I'm a design person. I do graphic design, web design, bunch of design stuff.
Design. All right.
Yes.
Design. I don't do. Has somebody got the design maven yet?
I don't know.
No, she said design like 10 times, so I guess she can be the design maven.
There you go.
Margaret Reynolds, BC_insurance gal, insurance maven.
And up-and-coming content maven.
We got our new guy in the house, too.
New guy in the house, dude.
Yeah, it's Peter Marshall, filmmaker, and using the internet and social media for a pretty long time.
Okay, so actually, I ran into Peter at a presentation. Oh, hang on, somebody's doing the dishes. What is that? You? We got a couple people on the Hangout, so it must be James. But we'll go to Ken first. Ken.
Yo.
Yo.
No, yeah, Ken McGrath, podcaster, blogger, web builder, social media, jack of all trades, master of a couple of them. Yeah, I'm currently doing all kinds of sound stuff all over the city, doing TV shows and all that kind of stuff.
Cool, Ken. And camdigital.com?
camdigital.com. And the Twitter handle is complicated. I should simplify that, actually. But Ken AMCG.
Cool.
All right.
And we got the Game Maven in the Google Plus Hangout as well.
what's up, guys?
Yo, dude.
Yo, dude.
Hey,
Coming
so
live at you
where
from
the heck
Calgary,
are you,
Alberta.
dude? Where the heck are you? Alberta? Calgary. Where's the hat?
Where's the hat?
Where's the deep fried
pickup,
donut
man?
burger?
Yippee-ki-yay.
That's not for another 2 months.
Arr, mateys.
Deep fried donut burger.
All right.
What he's making reference to is the Calgary Stampede, but that's not for another 2 months. So
But it's a big one, isn't it? Is there, 30th or something
it's
like
their
that?
100th anniversary, and tomorrow I get to go to this awesome concert that's going to be announcing the 2012 Coca-Cola stage lineup. So pretty stoked about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. We were going to have Jay Peachy on, the Salmon Maven, but at Kensington Market, so he might drop by a little bit later in the Hangout. We've invited him, so if that happens, you know what that kerfuffle's all about later in the show. Anyways, we have about 200-300 pages of notes here, dude. I mean, we went a little nuts.
300, man? Really?
Lots.
Yeah. Wow.
Lots.
Man, you're strong.
Show notes.
We're getting through it all the
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's enough content for a few months.
Yeah, but it'll be out of date in a couple of weeks, so there you go. But we wanted to talk about a really cool app of the week. Not this one because it became lame. It's a beer app. Hang on, these all being sorted. Where'd you put the beer app, dude? What page?
Beer
Page
Dog.
23 or
It was at the
24?
very beginning, but then you added the other app.
So it must be a Facebook
were you
launch.
drinking again? What happened?
Facebook vulnerability, Facebook. Oh, geez. Maybe it got deleted. Bummer. Yeah. All right.
Well,
We've been having a hard time with technical difficulties, so we haven't been really looking at our notes. But I happen to have it on my Android phone. Ooh, I know. Android, they're just so cool, man.
Is he drinking or something?
And he's got some sort of a hat on.
Oh, yeah, that's Hangouts. Yeah,
Hangout, Google Hangout special effects.
Arr, matey.
So a very cool app called Beer Dog. I don't know if you guys have checked it out. Android
Yeah, I
and
looked
iPhone.
at it. There's no way I'm going to download that.
Very, very cool. Basically, what you can do is they're trying to find all 48,000 beers in the world. What you can do is if you take a picture of the label of the beer that you find, that goes on the database, and you get points for it. Yes. Bonnie, have a question? Or are you just waving people on the hangout?
No, she was waving at
Bonnie's
James.
just waving
The
at
thing
us.
is, too, is like,
Hi,
that
Ian.
part of it's kind of cool, but the fact that you are one of the beer dogs and you're supposed to connect with other beer dogs and train your beer dogs. It's like
What about
It's social.
What about the beer cats?
cats don't drink beer;
Yeah, it's
they
beer-
drink champagne.
It's going to be beer pussies.
Good one.
Man.
Ouch.
Ouch. So, yeah, very cool. If you guys want to check it out, I like it because it kind of goes in with our name.
Sponsored by Fido?
No. But they should get all over it, right? They can buy it for $1 billion. And the other one I tried, I got really excited about, and then it just turned out to be a piece of crap, is this thing where you... It makes your phone, the phone part of your smartphone, actually smart. Very, very cool. So you can basically, when you're logged in, you can be chatting with somebody on the phone. It recognizes if it's close or away from your face. And then basically, if you say, hey, check out this picture, check out this angle, check out this video, and it'll play the video and stream it onto the other person's phone so they can see what you're doing. So it's probably as close as you can get to, who was that cartoon character that had special thing in his wrist?
Dick Tracy?
Was it Dick Tracy?
Well, he had the TV.
Yeah, okay, kind of like a Dick Tracy thing. Very cool.
I got some news for you on
But it's
Yelp,
lame.
too.
Doesn't work.
Got some news for you on Yelp, too.
Oh, yeah? What happened with Yelp?
Yelp's trying to now sell business owners and trying to influence them now in terms of saying that if you pay us money, we'll help you with managing your Yelp stuff.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
So they're
you can
playing both sides of the
spam more
fence now.
people.
Yeah, they're playing both sides of the fence now, like Foursquare and Dealer Rater and all these other guys.
Oh, yeah, Foursquare's going into the coupon business.
Into the
Oh, God.
Coupon.
Oh, yeah?
Yet
Yeah.
another.
Groupon or coupon?
Coupon. Mobile, yeah, like Groupon. Same
Now
thing.
they'll be
They're
really,
merging-
really annoying.
They're merging
Now they'll be
check-ins,
chasing everyone to the bottom.
check-ins with coupons.
Well, I don't
Has
know. Maybe
anybody-
everybody
has anybody
wants the
used
money.
TikTok yet?
I paid to be the mayor of the Esso station at First and Nanaimo.
Hey, Ken, what is
Cost you a
TikTok?
tank of gas.
TikTok is Groupon, but it's free, and TICTOK. It's a new site that offers free things, but it's on a timer. Usually, it's within the hour or maybe 2 hours.
Okay.
A&W has been on it quite a bit. Go to A&W, get a free burger.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, very cool. Yeah.
A certain one, and you go to it and just show them the app on your phone, show them the coupon on your phone, and they give you a free burger.
I like it.
Very cool.
And there's actually it's just people to get people in the store. I don't know how successful they're going to be. They're brand new, but they're certainly doing a lot of promotion.
Cool. So it's like come in the store like within like 20 minutes or half an hour or something like
Yeah.
that, and you get something for
Yeah.
free.
They put a time limit on it, like for the next 2 hours, you can do this or that free. Might even be somebody working out or whatever. I haven't actually loaded the app yet, but a lot of people are talking about it. I just haven't had time yet.
It's a nice idea. Okay. So basically, for our listening audience, they can't hear him talking.
He's talking
Because
well,
we've got he's doing an awesome job talking. Everybody else can hear on the podcast, but for our Mavens
Our
that are in
live
the room,
studio
because we have a technical problem today yet again, they were just basically talking about a new Groupon thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
The cheaper prices, more
Free
money
Groupon.
for the
No, but
coupon?
it's free though. It's all
It's
free.
free.
It's not
and
even.
everything's free now?
It's free.
and it's
Oh, okay.
basically time based. So you only if you stumble upon it and you get lucky, I get a free burger. Boom, you score it, and then you probably got to use that coupon within 10 or 15 minutes.
So
You
what
get-
is
So
you
that
get-
was
you
one of
get
the
free
biggest
burger
problem
and you get lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
within 15 minutes. So
Exactly,
that's
right?
questionable.
Depends on part of town you're in, I guess. Huh? Anyways, very cool, Ken. Very
Like
cool.
to see
Hey,
the
what
business
about
model for
speaking
that.
of speaking about
Pick
the
up the burger and get luck within 15 minutes, or you have to pay.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, it's going to cost you $5.
Yeah, it works good in Colombia, especially if you're an FBI agent.
No, that was Secret Service.
Sorry, especially if you work in somewhere related to the presidency.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
There's also another one, a new one too.
What is it, John Travolta's got
so-
Groupon now?
It's called Freebie Cards.
What?
Freebie Cards.
Like business cards or just freebie cards?
Freebie, F-R-E-E-B-E-E.
So the question is,
cards.
when is Groupon going to start paying you to buy things?
So,
Just before they go belly up.
yeah, probably. But this one, it bills itself as the next generation
you for
of
marketing.
daily deal offers. And one of the problems with pay-to-play sites like Groupon and Living Social is that consumers have to pay in advance for their purchases. And recently, Groupon had to settle a lawsuit for $8.5 billion.
Yes, I was going to ask when we were going to talk about that.
After it was accused of setting illegal expiration dates on its certificates.
So are they going out of business, or is Facebook buying them?
Well, with this new one, Freebie Cards, shoppers have the opportunity to save money without paying anything up front, and their premise is based on an electronic gift card approach. So after registering with the site, you can reserve up to 6 offers at a time, and you receive a virtual promotion card at no charge. But you won't know its value until you visit the merchant's location or website. If you go to the store, you can print out your card or redeem it with your smartphone.
Technology changes, but dumb games remain the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gamification of reality.
It's basically it's like going to
The stupid games that they've been playing since day one. I mean, when are people going to wake up?
yeah.
I mean, unbelievable.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the daily deals from the business owner perspective.
I get calls from Andrew every now and again. Hey, Bob, did you check out this amazing deal?
Any marketing that you got to lose money on isn't good marketing, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah. So enough of the daily deals.
Now let's go back to talking about beer.
Or better quality.
And most business directories these days will allow a business to have define their own coupons. So why would you give all that money to Groupon or one of these other ones when you can go onto these business directories? Sometimes they're free, sometimes they're $50 a month, I think is about the most expensive. And you can set your own coupons.
Well, not only that, Bonnie, what you can do is reach out to businesses in your area and get together as a group and give VIP pricing to people in your neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Why would you give Groupon any money? I mean, that's ridiculous.
That's my point.
They don't deserve the money.
Yeah, the only reason why people do it is because they see such a huge amount of customers coming in to redeem these coupons. But,
Which
I mean,
could
if you're
bankrupt
losing
you.
money on each one, that just makes you go to business faster.
Well, not only that, what's the quality of the customers? I mean, when you're focusing on the 10% bottom feeders in the market, why are you doing that? I mean, that's not a good business model. That's like Walmart on crack. I mean, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Right?
I just trained you that I'm on sale. And the next time I come in, why am I going to pay full price? I'm not going to. I'm going to the next
deal.
Groupon.
Yeah, you should not be discounting quality
Not
service.
only that, the customers that are loyal are going to say, well, why am I paying more?
Yeah.
Because I'm not a Groupon member? I mean, come
Or,
on.
or they get lousy service because they're swamped with a bunch of deal seekers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
mean, look at retailers that make big money. They don't make it based on price.
Hey, did we trash Groupon on another show?
Yeah,
I think
we should move on.
I've
Five or
always
six shows,
trashed
5 or 6
Groupon.
ones.
So
I want to talk about the big elephant in the room, which is the Facebook IPO. So it's slightly
that's a
overvalued.
dinosaur.
So my question is, when will you buy Facebook stock? When would you buy it? What price?
Already bought it and regretting it.
Oh, ouch!
And
Yeah.
I thought
How far has it declined today?
went from 40.38 is what I bought it at, and it's like 39.12 or whatever it was.
Get out now, buddy.
32.
32. Yeah.
32 right now.
I think it'll go back up again.
Nope. They figure
Really?
it's going to bottom out around 17 or 15, and then people will buy it and it'll start to go up slowly from there. But it's a long-term investment.
The problem is it's fluff, man. Unlike Google, and I'm not trying to beat up Facebook, but unlike Google, they don't get business on Facebook. They don't understand how to really leverage it.
They
know
make
they
a
know
lot
what
of
to
money. They're making hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. They're just
Billions.
Yeah, Bill, thank you. I think it was like $1.2 or $1.3 billion they made last quarter or something. So they make money. The thing is that they have to make 40% more money.
It's the price to
over
earnings
3
ratio
years.
that's
When
the
is a
problem.
company that made $1.2 billion worth $100 billion? That doesn't.
Well, that's the
make
thing.
sense.
No, it was totally
In
over.
somebody's dream.
Well, based on the arguments I've been hearing all week, the job of Mark Zuckerberg was to get the most money for his company, and that's what he did. He suckered a bunch of people into giving a ton of money, like billions of dollars, and that's his job. So he did an amazing job, and he's very
Did you
good. at
say
stuff
Mark
like
Zuckerberg?
that. Did I say Mark? Sorry, sorry. Who am I thinking of, man?
So
You're
the
fun after you've had beer for lunch.
okay,
Yeah, but Bob, that's not what it's about, though. At the end of the day, the biggest challenge with a lot of these companies is the valuation is insane. You can't have a valuation that's like, 100 times earnings or 10 times? I think that's ridiculous.
Oh, I know, it's nuts.
Yeah, but
That's
from
like
the
going onto
companies,
the Dragon's Den and going, yeah, I don't sell anything, but please give me $100 million. I mean, it's ridiculous.
but from
Oh,
the
it was
companies,
called the
from the
.com.
company's point of
Yeah.
view, though, if they can get the price, when they're raising the money, if they can get the price, why not?
Yeah.
Well, understand, but I don't blame the company. Who I blame is these investors who are fools. Like, why would you invest in a company that hasn't really generated any real money close to what they're projecting in terms of what you're paying for it? Like,
Yeah.
if I got a company that generates 10 cents on the dollar, why am I paying $50 on the dollar?
Well, they showed a
that's
graph when
crazy.
they're comparing, like, say, Ford's assets to Facebook's assets, and
Oh, yeah.
Facebook
Well,
really
anyone
doesn't.
can forecast. I can forecast 200% growth too.
They've
man.
got
I know how
no,
to use a spreadsheet.
not forecast, but the actual assets, and Facebook basically has no assets, no hard assets.
Realistically, Facebook, in my opinion, and I think it's an interesting network, but it's fluff, man. And the reality is, how long can it
I don't
last?
think so. I think it's going to last, and here's why I think it's a good move.
Why is that?
Because when Facebook came out, they basically obliterated MySpace, right? And everyone's saying, "Can that happen to Facebook now?"
Of course it can.
Now, with this IPO, they've basically they've acquired a war chest. They've got now $104 billion in the bank on top of what they already have.
Oh, they're buying stuff. Yeah.
And so now if somebody does come out with a new, unless it's a huge competitor like Google with Google Plus, that
Which is their biggest competitor.
Yeah, but Google Plus really hasn't
doesn't
matched
have the numbers.
Facebook, and I think that they'll be able to just gobble up all the new startups that are a
I
threat.
don't know, man. I don't know.
And when they introduce Facebook credits, you'll be able to buy hard goods with Facebook credits, and it's.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know.
I see a lot of potential with Facebook.
I used to be very convinced about the network, but recently I have to say that I think not only is Google a real threat to them, I think that they're out of touch with their customer base, and I'll tell you why. I've been on Facebook now for quite a while. I use it daily pretty much. I'm using it less now just because I think that they're a little bit silly, to be honest. But the big disconnect for me was the fact that they've got this really ridiculous policy where they basically shut down your account for a period of time if you do anything even minorly what they feel or deem unworthy.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
I want to just jump in here because Ian did get shut down for 30 days. And so, no. So Ian isn't happy about Facebook for sure. But yeah, I was looking at a report about how you can get shut down, and you can get shut down for some ridiculous stuff. So, with the new timeline, if you put any marketing or advertising, promote anything on the timeline picture, on your major picture, you can get shut down.
On the cover
Well,
photo.
what happened to the
On the
audio?
cover photo. And guess what I got on it? Check out Bob Garlic, and here's the bobgarlic.com. I mean, and that's a
You
very
can
generic
have
thing.
you can have that on your personal page. You
something
just
like
can't
that.
have it on your fan page.
on your business
I
page.
guess
On your business
You
page.
can't have marketing on your
Where it
business
would make
page.
sense.
I guess I'm going to be
I know, but
permanently
it
shut down because I
doesn't
said
make
move to
sense.
Google
No,
Plus.
you cannot have that on your timeline.
Which we do
You add
actually.
an app?
We do have it on ours.
Cannot
Yeah,
have it
I
on
saw
your
that.
time. Yeah, I know.
We
And,
should change
and,
it.
I can't seem to get off the.
well, I think the
It
thing is just
goes
policing it.
to Ace's Hangout.
And
Therein
therein lies the problem. It's a social
right of your
network. So when
screen.
you start telling people you can't do things on a platform where the whole purpose is to do things,
Quit being social.
what happens is basically they say, okay, I'm going to go somewhere else and do things, and that's when you have a big problem. And the reason I was upset about it wasn't so much that, was that since I've done that and since I put that on my page, I've had a lot of people say the same thing. So clearly, it's only a question of
Hope it didn't make it
enough
public,
people
though.
hear about that, they're going to say, okay, I'll go to a different network, and then they got a big problem because you may have a lot of people that supposedly have
Who did
accounts,
that?
but how active are they? That's the big question.
Plus, now other issues are popping up. I mean, like my wife complains about spam, getting hacked, about
Yep.
viruses on Facebook, which was never, nobody had.
Oh,
heard of.
there are some rampant stuff up there right now. It's ridiculous. Like every day, I got the big was it the magenta thing with a C on it, and then the share this. They're very slick, but why the heck can't Facebook get rid of them?
But coming back to the IPO part, one of the things that kind of swayed me to press the buy button is, I mean, you have to look at it from Google. I know I agree with Ian about the whole valuation. It is grossly overvalued, but I wanted to catch myself at the ground level where I'm looking at the Google stock for like 108 it was when it came out.
Oh, I look
And
at a
now-
Mac stock.
And now it's 600 something. So I didn't want to look back 6 years later or 6 years back and then go, I wish I'd picked it up on the ground floor.
Yeah, that was a
Now,
risk.
I think what's going to happen is with all the money that Facebook has picked up, that puts tremendous amount of pressure on them to perform and do something better. So I don't think, although they have done a lot of dumping and gotten married and come back from honeymoon and all that good stuff, there's going to be some executive decision there to do something or
Well, they're accountable now to shareholders.
I don't know. I mean,
so
Mark Zuckerberg never really struck me as someone that's really being pressured and is really worried about what we think.
No, not at all.
absolutely not.
Well, he will be now.
Well, no, he owns 56% of the company. It's one of the weirdest
But he's
IPOs out
na-
there.
But he is accountable to shareholders.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most
And
of the
that
shareholders
changes-
don't understand what he does.
No. He's the biggest shareholder. He owns 56% of the sharing votes. He can do anything he wants.
He's never going to give up control of Facebook.
Now,
It's his
he controls
puppy.
it. That's the weird thing about the
The
IPO.
analyst, if you're a public company, analysts control you.
Not really.
They're the ones that are saying you either made your target, you didn't make your target.
Oh yeah, they can badmouth you, no problem. But the thing is,
But
if you control a company and you own all the voting
Yeah, they can
shares,
always sell
all
their
you need is
stock.
51% of the
They can
voting
manipulate.
shares. You control the company.
He could
I
just
agree.
take it private.
Well, I think
He could
I think
buy
the
back,
dumbest
yeah.
move they ever did was going public. Personally, I think
Yeah,
you
me too.
would have been smarter to stick
Yeah.
with the game plan and then do.
Yeah, but he
it.
had to.
he
He
had
had
to
to
He
go
didn't play
He
well
had
with
to. It was-
others.
it
He would have
was
been better
legal.
off just leaving it the way it was.
Yeah,
No, but
but
he
he was
can't.
forced to do it. He
He
had
can't.
more
He
than
had over-
500 shareholders by law. They made him do it.
But he
had to
didn't.
do
He
it.
didn't have to do an IPO.
So-
he did not have to do an IPO, but he did have to be a. If he
Yeah,
didn't
he
do an
had to go-
IPO,
he
he
had
would
to
be a
go public.
privately reporting. So he still has to do all the same.
Same thing.
Reporting process because he's got
Yeah.
500 shareholders.
So his choices
So
were
why not
make money or not.
Why not raise $104 billion?
Because of all the things that come with it. I mean,
No,
when you
that's the
look at a
thing.
lot of
He
big
was going to be
companies-
forced to do it anyways.
Yeah, but when you look at some big companies, and one that comes to mind is IKEA Corporation, they're a private company.
Mm-hmm.
They're a multi-billion-dollar company, and nobody really knows. But for a social media company, one especially with the kind of, visibility of Facebook, the smarter move would have been to just get rid of some shareholders and keep it private. Because the last thing you want to do is have shareholders saying, "Okay, listen, Bonnie, we like what you're doing, Mr. Zuckerberg or whatever. Now what we want you to do is start putting sales pages on every page, and we want you to start generating revenue, and we don't care what you think."
And I don't
That's
like
what's
that
gonna happen.
blue. Let's
No,
make
no,
it
but
pink.
but that's the thing is he has 56% of the voting shares. So you could have all the
Doesn't
other
matter.
guys say don't do it, and he says
It doesn't
disagree.
matter because
I disagree.
they'll run them through the mud in the media.
Yep.
People will start dropping the shares. It'll start dropping in value. They'll beat them up everywhere. So
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
once the me-
oh, it might be
it's a
war,
dumb move.
but I'm but what
Rim,
I'm just
Rim
wanna
learned
clarify.
that job. What the media can do.
Oh, Rim's screwed
If
right now.
if the shares drop to $9 each,
Which they could.
he can own 56%, and he's still going to be pressured into doing whatever the majority,
shareholders.
the
Well-
shareholders want.
Yeah, but he is. But Bob has a good point. He is the majority shareholder.
He is the majority. You don't understand. He has 50. If he had 51%, he could do it. He has 56. So if it drops to $9 a share, he'll go,
If he's
okay,
got
I'll buy it all
56
back.
Okay, if he's got 56%, why
Of
didn't
voting shares?
Okay,
yeah.
why didn't he? Because it looks really bad right now for it to go down like that when all of
yeah.
the other. I mean, even Groupon went up, didn't they? I mean, there's been a bunch of
Groupon's-
startups.
Groupon is
Groupon.
worth about $25 a share now. It used
Groupon
to
went
be
up,
$80
but
a share.
they dropped like crazy
People
because
lost
there's
a lot
nothing
more
behind
But
money.
when
it.
they
Groupon.
first went public, it went up.
Yeah,
didn't
it
it
popped. It
Yeah.
popped. And everybody
okay, so,
thought that
so now
Facebook's
Facebook has gone. Now it wasn't all their fault. They're saying it was the
It was
New,
no, it was a
New York
strategic
Stock
move.
Exchange.
No,
There
it
were
was
some
NASDAQ.
other things.
It was. I think what
Blame
it was.
Greece.
It was a calculated. It was a calculated thing. He tried to get as much money as he could out of it. He overvaluated because that's what you try and get away with, and he got away with it. And then when it came on the market, it plummeted. He doesn't care. He made
Well,
billions of
didn't-
dollars in profit.
Didn't really plummet.
and
The part that I thought was fantastic is $1 or $2 the share goes down, or rather goes up or goes down, whatever, it makes a difference of 20 billion.
Oh yeah,
For
there's-
valuation of the company. I just thought, whoa.
Well, the other thing that's out there that we haven't even got into yet is they only released 1.2 billion shares. There are like a lot of other shares out there that are owned by staff, that are owned by investors. Like who's that? The company that got bought. He just bought the other day. 785,000.
Instagram.
Yeah, 785,000 shares was part of that deal. So he sold Instagram. He went to him and said, well, look, at these shares are going to be worth X. 700. So here's 785,000 of those shares, which is worth X, $700 million. And here's $300 million cash. So he got Instagram for a song.
And during all of this, do you suppose the company is paying attention to their customers? And by that, I mean
they never have.
Their business custom. Yes. Okay. They never. I will agree with you there.
The rest of us are product.
Yeah, we're product. We're not customers.
So if you as a business owner have Facebook as one of your main strategies, and there are a number of
like Facebook ads,
social media people in Vancouver. Come on, how many people and how many social media experts in Vancouver? That's been their story
or former
for years.
Social media experts.
Or former social.
No, but we're not. But those aren't really the customers. Those are people that are making money.
But those are people
by marketing Facebook. No, I know.
Yeah, I know. Fiverr,
exactly.
Fiverr, 1,200 of them.
Yeah, but they're bogus
for $5.
But the thing is,
no, they're not. They're real likes.
No, well, it's not community. It's not real community.
Get people in third world to like anything, buddy.
No, you can get them in North America, 1,200 for $5 now. Anyway. But if there are businesses that seriously use Facebook as a marketing strategy.
Yeah.
And we've been telling our clients, hold off. Don't do anything. Don't abandon it, but don't spend any money. Don't do anything until all
the real
of this
customers of
shakes
Facebook,
down.
though, are the people that are buying the ads. The Facebook ads. That's where they're making their 1.2 billion.
Maybe those ads aren't as effective as they thought.
Well, it's a lot of demographic information.
Who is your customer? That's the big question.
Yeah, know your
Facebook,
demographic.
I mean, I think has a lot of people on it. Don't get me wrong, but you've got to look at what the return on investment is on that activity. And when you look at Facebook, and there's nothing wrong with a fan page, there's nothing wrong with developing a community. Some auto dealers do it, some other businesses do it. I mean, I actually got to the point now where I see everyone promoting it, so that to me signifies that you need to get out of that area because it's obviously overdone.
Yep.
But also, at the end of the day, if you have a sales force or you're a business and you're having a part of a marketing plan, where's the money? I mean, it's great to have fans. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you're Britney Spears, I get that. But for most businesses, how is that turning it into revenue? And that's where I see the Facebook model being flawed because it's great to have fans.
Well,
where's the money?
If Facebook, who knows everything about you, right, knows what you like, knows what you do,
doesn't
who
matter
your
if
friends
it doesn't
are.
make
If
money
I've
in my
keyed
bank
that
account.
in.
If I
But-
don't put money in my bank account, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you keyed in,
Know about me.
but just your activity on Facebook is going to generate a profile, and if Facebook can't target ads that are specific to you, then nobody can. And if they can't make money by marketing those ads,
I'm not worried about them making money. I'm worried about me as a business making money. I don't care what they're doing.
Can we take
the whole point is can Facebook make money in the long run? That's what we're not talking about.
Already proved that people will give them money, but that doesn't mean that makes sense for a business to
for
use Facebook.
a small business.
And coincidentally, if it doesn't make sense for a small or large business to make money using Facebook, they're going to find somewhere else to market, which then will draw everyone else away from Facebook. That's the key. Is Facebook relevant today?
It's cool to find somebody's birthday.
Do you honestly believe? Do you honestly believe that if the social media marketers leave Facebook, that Facebook is going to die?
No.
Facebook is looking for the average person who's going to be clicking on ads. That's or making in Facebook purchases. That's where the real value of Facebook is.
Who in this room has ever purchased anything from a Facebook ad?
Well, who's ever clicked on an ad?
I've clicked on
I
an ad.
do have a friend that is obsessed with those stupid friggin' farm games and stuff, and I swear she spends
I want to bring
money
James
on
on
those.
here.
Oh, yeah.
There is more.
ads?
There are more people
James,
farming
you wanna
on
talk?
Facebook than there are anywhere else in North America.
James.
He's there. He's ignoring.
I don't think he can.
No,
hear
they
us.
muted us. Okay, so our
Okay.
our hangout has revolted.
Okay, so what I was
Too
going to bring
much
him
talk
on
of IPO.
because look at Draw Something, the game. that's
don't play
making
that anymore.
$250,000 a day in micropayments. So Facebook is going to be doing the same thing. They're going to have micropayments. They're going to have games. They're going to have apps that you can actually make.
I'm not arguing that Facebook's going to make money.
Yeah,
that's
No,
I
what-
mean,
what
I
you're-
think
That's
Facebook
right.
will
It's
make
the
money.
small business owner that
It's
wants
the
to
person-
market
it's the
themselves on
person that wants to
Facebook. Are
market
they
their
going to make
business.
money?
Are they going to actually
Yeah.
be able to
Ian,
leverage that into?
I think the fundamental difference is you can use Facebook as a branding tool. You don't. It sucks as a marketing and a sales tool. If you're just going to get if the idea is to
What
blow.
is sales and marketing though?
Well,
What
is it-
branding?
is it lead
Branding
gen-
is sales
well,
and marketing.
No, what I mean.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
No, it's two.
Well,
There's
it-
lead
it-
generation. There's brand
Unless you're
development.
Coca-Cola, branding is sales and marketing.
Well,
No,
it's the same thing.
no, it's not.
it's
I
not.
disagree.
You don't think
I
so?
disagree.
No, I
I
don't
disagree.
think so either.
No,
I
but
disagree.
branding is brand awareness and people looking at your logo and understanding what the essence of what you are and the value, blah,
it's
blah, blah.
recognition.
Sales and marketing is taking, not even worrying about brand recognition and hitting sales targets. We're going to sell $5 million worth of X product X. How are we going to do that? We're going to use these sales channels. We're going to fill the funnel and we're going to get our sales
Yeah,
guys
but
to,
if you
to do
have
it.
that,
That's
why
all.
would you care about marketing? If you have the sales, the marketing is nice, but it's dressing. It's
No,
not
they're
really
two
what you
different
look for.
buckets. One is just branding, and then sales and marketing is the other bucket.
Totally different, yeah.
So I'm saying, don't worry about. I mean,
Yeah,
If,
the
you,
good-
if you're putting ads out there, like I've done a small ad campaign on Facebook for SEO services, didn't get any return, and I realized that if for small guys like me, I agree with Ian. If I'm going out there hoping that somebody's going to click on it, it doesn't a few shows ago we spoke of how Groupon works for certain businesses. It doesn't work for others.
Yep.
I work with developers in South Surrey and White Rock. Phenomenal returns. Tons of people clicking on, where condos and townhouses and developers and
Yep.
things like that.
It's great for realtors.
Great. For somebody like myself, zero.
Yep.
Well, I'm not saying don't use Facebook. I'm just saying from a point of view of branding maybe, but from a point of view of marketing and sales, which is most small businesses, even most large businesses. I mean, if you're Coca-Cola, fine. I mean, throw a bunch of money at it, whatever.
Small businesses, I don't think branding really plays a big.
But I wouldn't
big
even say
role.
most large businesses brand very well.
Well, look at the
they're
best
still doing
example.
TV ads.
The best example is TELUS. TELUS is very good at branding.
Yeah, but
They got the animals. They
TELUS
got
also
the,
has tons of money to do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
And
they spend a lot of it on it.
and a perfect example of branding versus sales is okay. So you get this good feeling from a TELUS ad. You see these animals.
do?
People laugh. Well,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of customers
They
do.
have very, very strong brand recognition.
Very, very, very good branding. But then Rogers came along with this ad for the Rocket Stick. TELUS had the exact same thing for 2 years before that. And all of a sudden, they're showing on their advertising how you can actually use one of their products to use the internet, bring the internet with you anywhere. And me being in the business with on the TELUS side, we got people coming in all the time saying, "Oh, do you have that same thing that Rogers has?"
Yeah.
Because they effectively demonstrated, they effectively marketed a product showing how you could use it versus branding. So that's the difference between branding and not saying that branding's bad. TELUS
Yeah,
wasn't stupid
if
for
you're
not.
a multi-million-dollar company, branding I think is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For vast majority of people in this room, and
For a
probably vast majority
solopreneur,
of people
for a
listening,
so-
they're not
for-
a multi-million-dollar company.
For a
So branding
solopreneur
still
or a
has
very
to be
small
branded.
business, I don't think
to a
branding
certain
is a
degree.
big deal.
If I
Okay,
got
well,
lots of money in my
well,
bank, I don't care about branding.
Okay, let me define brand. Let me just jump in here as
go ahead.
the creative director guy. The definition of branding isn't your logo. The branding is the essence of your company, how people perceive
The
you.
image,
So
the
branding,
image of your company.
Yeah, exactly. Not visual image, but image.
Yeah, not
and
how
it's
you see yourself,
emotional
how your
value.
clients see you.
Right. So branding is how the receptionist answers the phone all the way down to the colors that you use. It's everything to do with
The company culture.
It's the emotional, untouchable essence of it. Sales is when the rubber hits the road, we got to hit these targets, and we're not going to make any money, and nobody's getting paid, and the hell with the brand. So traditionally in Marcom, you've got the branding guys that are all about the emotional and the fluffy stuff, which usually deal with the advertising agency, and then you've got the sales team that try and leverage that awareness and actually make the company some money. And that's how those two departments work.
I saw a joke on,
Or
I
fight
think it was
together.
on Facebook. I saw a joke where people are saying, you could, like the old saying is, you went to a trade show and you tried to get leads in sales, and you didn't get anything, right? But then you said, well, at least we got some good branding out of it. But now you replace trade show with Facebook. So, oh yeah, I did my Facebook campaign, but didn't get any sales. But at least I got some branding.
I mean,
So that's like almost like
that's
saying,
somebody trying to like get fired statement.
That's all. Yeah, it's like protecting your.
There's some awesome campaigns
no
out there.
offense to Andrew and TELUS, but I think they've spent too much money on branding and less on sales and marketing.
Oh, I agree. I agree with
Well,
that.
okay, so let me jump up in here.
Less on attacking.
And then
Less
there's-
on attacking.
and then there's that-
their
Let's.
competition.
I want to flip
quite a
that
few companies
story.
they spend money on sales and they spend money on marketing, but then they completely forget and drop the ball when it comes to customer service.
Sure,
Yes.
absolutely.
That would be the
And
vast
PR.
majority of cell phone companies.
And PR.
But in
I'll-
TELUS's
a lot of
defense, they're rated number 1 in North America
But I
for
did get
customer
money out of
service.
Rogers. I did get money out of him. I talked
Good
to
for you.
the
Oh,
president.
you
I got
just took him to the-
$890 out of them.
Well done.
Good for you.
Well, you don't mess
No
with Ian.
branding was
You gotta
involved
rip
just by.
So,
No,
you do some
fire,
social
no
media
metal.
coaching, right?
a little bit.
Yeah, on the mic. What do you think of the whole Facebook thing? Like,
Well, I think it's almost like everybody's correct, right? I mean, I think it's a very individual thing. Is it a large business, small business? What are you selling? What are you doing? And I've always, felt that it's build your audience now is the 4 key words, I think, no matter what it is. And I think that it's a fallacy, in my experience anyways, to put your eggs in one basket. So it's not just Facebook, it's everything else with it. And I think
Agree
that
100%.
and I think that you will experiment and find and leverage each social media platform that suits whatever you're doing. And
I
it's
agree
not right for,
100%.
like around this room, there's 8 of us here or whatever, and it's going to be different. We're going to get different answers because we have different businesses or different objectives. I think that's the thing. But I think no matter what, one thing we found is just, and it's a key phrase, and it's a domain name that I actually bought. So it's called Build Your Audience Now, and I think that's the key.
build your audience.
Yeah, build-
long term.
Build your community.
So you
Don't have a
build your
list.
community.
You
You do-
don't have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do social
Yeah, and building
media
a community,
marketing
I mean,
for
I think
like
he's 100%
for movies
Yes.
and
Yeah, I have. We do workshops around the world. Sell services. I sell coaching. I create products to sell them online on my website. I have a blog. I have a list. I've
for
done all
basically
of that.
for indie movie makers, right?
Yeah, independent movie makers.
Yeah.
Yeah, filmmakers, student, that kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my market. So
Yeah, I mean, I think Facebook might be a great area there. I mean, my view on it is the tools may change and Facebook may wane. I don't know, but what I do know is I'm going to latch on to tools that work for me, and obviously, if something else works better for a client I work with, I'm going to help them with that. But what I'm finding in the automotive space specifically, since I work in it every day, is that there are some dealers and even some manufacturers who have built communities, but it's yet to be really proven in a big way that they can translate that brand, be it Ford Motor Company or be it Honda or be it whoever, into real sales. I mean, they've created awareness, and I think Ford has done very well with that, but can that translate into sales for a small business or even a large business, be it a dealer group? I don't know. And they ask me all the time, and realistically, all I can tell them is if I sold cars for a living still, I'd be on LinkedIn. And why? Because I can target people locally and sell them cars. And to me, that's what dealers care about, and so do manufacturers. But I appreciate the fact that they've got a badge or brand or market their brand, which may be Ford or whatever it may be, and they may do that, but that's not going to really reap benefits at the dealer group level and the business level. It may get them lots of cachet on social media. I think it has for Ford Motor Company, but is that really going to sell them more vehicles? I don't know. I mean, no one's really proven that yet. I mean, it's nice and it's great to have a lot of fans. I get that, but does that really mean anything? That's
well,
the
I
question.
also think that social media, how it all started out, the social part of it is also about your own, like who are you as a person, and I think that the standard internet marketing, if you want to do anything, you just you buy whatever it is, SEO, and you buy keywords. You can spend money to draw people to whatever you're doing, but it's like people nowadays want to, or to the majority, who are you as a person? Who are you? That's what Facebook is for, is one of the things for. It's like, oh, you're doing this, and it's a part of just who you are, and then from there you grow into other things. That's what, and LinkedIn is, we're on LinkedIn and everything too, which is really the business side.
Yeah, so it's more basically people getting a sense of who you are and what you're about.
Right, because it's
So more personal branding then.
Well, yeah, and I believe so very strongly in that, because I mean I don't have a direct business, and my branding is myself. It's myself as a person, my credits, who I am, all of that. There are people buying things or whatever. I don't have I don't have a shop or a business. I don't sell anything like that. It's more my own services.
Right.
But I think that from the build up of that, using things like Facebook and Twitter to really get a sense of who you are as a person, and then lead people, send people to, like, my blog, which is how we Bob, is how we started talking. I've been blogging since 2007, and I send everybody to the blog. The blog is my main objective. What's your main objective? My main objective, I guess, very simply, is to have people sign up to my newsletter. So anything I do online focuses everyone to sign up to the newsletter, and they do that by going, oh, it's free. He's got 5,000 people on there because I see it, and he's offering all this material, and he's got all these. Okay, well, I'll just sign up, and then from there, it's then, as we know on the list, then you've got people that have at least put their hands up, and now you can create a customer base and sell products, and
very
it's
smart.
Stepping stone.
Yeah, it's, you know what it is? It's the long tail approach.
Yes.
You can't go in and say, yeah, I'm going to get 100,000 customers overnight. It's like you work it and you work it and you give a lot of knowledge away and you basically nurture it like a garden and you grow and you help those people grow and become better and do what they love to do. And they look at you as a mentor. Yes. And you got to kind of look at yourself as a father figure for your community, and you're there to protect them and give them knowledge. And if somebody comes in as a complete jerk, so you step in and say, you know what, you're out of here, bye. Boom.
Well, it's like
and you get applauded.
It's like what Ian said last time he was here. He said that he went shopping and bought some shoes, and the lady offered him a 10% discount, was it?
Yeah.
To join their email list?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you are just selling a product to a customer, even in a retail store, and you're just saying, hope you come back, right? Yeah. And you don't ever you don't collect any information or a way to contact them and get their permission to contact them, then you're losing out big time.
Well, I'll give you an example from a hotel chain. I stay in lots of hotels all over Canada and the U.S., and one of my favorite ones happens to be Hampton. They're owned by Hilton. They're one of their lines. And, they're a decent hotel, and they're always consistent. But the thing that really blew me away last time was, first of all, the maid who serviced the room wrote a personal note to me personally and said, listen, thanks for the business, and I clean your room, anything you need. But they did one better, which was something very inexpensive and probably didn't cost a lot, but meant a lot. Everybody who was checking out that day, they left all the guests as they were having breakfast with the thing of mints with their logo on it. I mean, very, very small little things. I mean, if you've ever been to Doubletree, one of their things is, when you get there, they give you 2 cookies. They actually have a little oven behind the check-in counter, and they give you cookies when you show up. And it's these little things that make a lot of difference. And I think that's, maybe it's not as important as branding, but to me, that's...
No, that is branding.
No, that is branding.
That is branding. That's not marketing. That is branding. When you come into a hotel, like the whole thing you said, that whole thing you said, the story and everything, that is a brand story. And they spent a lot of money building that up. So when you basically... Oh, hang on for a second. Somebody's coming in to talk to Andrew. What song is that, Andrew? It's very catchy. Very nice. He's a disco guy. You see him every night. He goes out there. Yeah, Saturday night. Rocking it. But yeah, if you read branding books, that's what they talk about. It's like a person talking about the brand. And that person is part of that brand community. And that is how they build awareness. People go like, hey, what hotel do you stay in? I stay at the Hampton because of these reasons, and these reasons. That is brand marketing. And what social media?
Right now, right?
Yeah, social media and PR.
Actually, I'm doing.
Hang on, are you getting 10% off to talk about this?
No.
Okay.
I'm doing
Full
some
disclosure.
training. I didn't have the book with me, but I'm doing some training for dealers on. We set a lot of appointments for this deal group I work with, and we're doing. I'm doing training this week on VIP appointments. So I got a copy of the book. It's called The Nordstrom Way about Nordstrom. And the interesting thing about it was there's a video on YouTube by the gentleman who wrote the book, and he's talking about it. And the first thing he says is, I'm not an MBA, I'm not a consultant, I don't sell anything, I'm a journalist so you can trust me. And then he's talking about Nordstrom's. And it was very interesting because he talked a lot about how Nordstrom's doesn't spend any money on promoting their customer service, but they're known around the world for this. And the reason is they do a lot of things that other retailers just don't do. And one of them that I wasn't even aware of is they happen to be one of the largest shoe retailers in the U.S. Average store carries somewhere between 50 and 100,000 pairs of shoes. But the more interesting thing about it than that is they will cater to that person's shoe size. So, for example, if that person has 2 different size feet, they'll break a pair of shoes up and sell them the shoes that fit their feet. Yep. But the other thing that I'd never heard of before is they said, well, if you have 1 foot, they'll sell you 1 shoe because they believe that that's worth it to them. And they figure that if they break up a pair of shoes, they're going to find someone with the opposite problem and sell them those shoes. But they also sell shoes that nobody else sells.
Yeah.
They sell the sizes that nobody else carries. But the key thing that I got from that video was there were people there at the store, and the main goal of every year that they have the meeting is the main goal is to be the best at customer service. But the other thing that was very interesting is even CEOs of the company have a personal email address. You can send them email. They answer their own phone. And one of the guys was saying, there was another gentleman who's written a book, Built to Last. I'm not sure the gentleman's name,
awesome
but he's
book.
pretty famous. Yeah. And he said he was in a seminar. He was saying, well, I don't know very many CEOs who answer their own phone, but I know the CEO of Nordstrom's does.
Yep.
And he was speaking in Montreal. So one of the guys on break called the president of Nordstrom's
And he answered.
on his phone and said, yeah, by the way, he did actually answer the phone.
He did.
And, that to me, says a lot about customer service, but also says that, well, there are some brands out there are some retailers out there that that really get it. But I think the challenge with social media, and I think the fear, is a lot of brands never really got it,
Yep.
whether they had marketing dollars or not. And they have to start having that communication up with people. And really, those retailers who get it in real life will get it on social. The
Absolutely.
other one's got a lot of learning to do.
Well, that's the whole thing. The thing with social media, there are some companies out there that are doing the things that Ian are talking about, and social media is a perfect fit. The problem that all the other companies have, including the competition of those people, is that they don't get it, and they're secretive, and they delete stuff, and, oh, no, you can't say that, and oh. And they don't get social media because they're in an environment, a culture that's all about, no, it's all about ours and nobody can talk about it and it's secret. And they have to change or they will not be around in 5 or 6 years, because what's happening now with the strength of communities and the ability for communities to communicate is companies are going to them and say, what product do you want? We'll build it for you. And that is the new business model that's going to blow people away. And say, like, I want a pair of jeans. These are my measurements. This is the color swatch that I want done. And they will make you a custom pair of jeans and have them hand delivered. Well, not have them delivered to you. And if you can produce products that are that personalized and you have a large customer base, which is basically your community, you're untouchable. You cannot compete against those people.
And that's what got me a little bit worried about Facebook, is that they're a social media network who's starting to have a disconnect with maybe not their clients, but with the people in their network. And that's what I think is the risk as these companies get bigger, is they start to go, okay, I know what I'm doing now. I didn't know 5 years ago when I started the company, but now I know. And the problem is people are fickle. They can switch networks. And if enough of them switch, that network can be basically finished, no matter what their business model is. And that's the interesting thing. That's where social media, to me, gets very interesting, is that the people that own the companies think they control the network, but really the network is portable.
Yeah.
So realistically, you've got to be even more careful as the person who designed the network than the people on it.
Yep, exactly.
So Bob was talking about companies making big social media mistakes and deleting comments and things like that.
Yeah.
But what have you heard about what happened with Diageo?
Oh, my
What
God.
happened to that?
The beverage company, they own Guinness and they own Crown Royal.
Oops.
There was an award for, like, I think Brewdogs was going to win the award.
Hands down.
And Diageo said, wait a minute, if they already had it in the envelope and everything, like, and the winner is. And one of the Diageo reps found out that, they weren't going to win, and they said, well, we're going to pull all our support for your organization if you don't make us win.
Yeah, they bullied them.
So they did it. But then, the word got out, and now they're getting slammed in social media. And the big question is, what would you do if you had this organization that was depending on Diageo, like just this giant beverage company, and you're doing the beverage awards, and they're saying, okay, no.
Well,
we'll pull millions of dollars worth of advertising.
We're basically going to put you out of business because we are your.
Well, what you always have to remember, and this is something that I learned before I got in the car business, and has always served me well in my life. You must live in ethics. You must do things for the right way, for the right reasons. And if someone doesn't agree with you, and there's a lot to lose, that's okay. That really tests your salt. If you, as an organization, start bending the rules.
Exactly.
It never stops.
Because if your whole thing is about the beverage awards, and then the word gets out that you were bought by a company, then your whole point for being there is gone anyways.
No brand equity.
Hey, it's a lot easier to tell the truth than to lie about anything, because you don't have to remember what lie you told.
Yeah.
And realistically, that's the problem with a lot of companies that's going to come out as we get into social, because they've been lying to people for a long time. I mean, I worked in the car business for 12 years in retail, and I can tell you that a lot of the people I work with, the reason they got into trouble had nothing to do with customers. It had to do with them not being able to come clean with the customer and explain things. I had a situation today, and this is something I dealt with when I was in the car business a lot. People come in and they have a perception of what the value of their vehicle is and a perception of what the savings is on the vehicles we're selling. So what you have to do is very clearly and concisely explain to them how you came up with those numbers so it logically makes sense. If you don't do that, that customer is going to assume the worst, and there's no reason why they shouldn't. If you don't explain something to somebody, they're always going to assume the worst, because that's human nature. It's not right or wrong. It's not that they're bad people. That's just the way it is. People's perception in the automotive industry is that there's thousands of dollars of wiggle room in vehicles. There isn't for the most part, but you have to be very clear and explain it to people.
Only in the higher end
When you do that,
vehicle.
you earn trust, and that's what sales is all about. That's what business is all about. Coincidentally, when I did that as a car salesperson, I had a lot of customers, still do, because I actually told people the truth. They can handle it. Most car dealers don't do that.
Yeah, but
Most businesses don't do that.
You also went out of your way, right, for the customer.
Yeah, but that's customer service.
I remember you were a customer of a store that I worked at, right? And you knew I had a Honda SIR. Yeah. And then so one morning you drive up with the Honda 2000, was it? The
S2000.
S2000?
They don't make them anymore, but nice car.
Yeah, you drove up and you said, "Hey, Andrew, I know you like Hondas. Let's go for a ride." And we went around the block in that S2000. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, how many other salespeople, like we had a lot of car salespeople as customers, how many others were doing that?
Well, most of them
None.
don't even understand the product they sell, let alone other products or customers.
Or would actually come by and bring a car for an impromptu test drive, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
No, they wouldn't think outside the box that way.
But you also have to be authentic, especially with social. You always had to be authentic, only most businesses didn't get that. But now, if you're going to be at all social, you have to be authentic. That doesn't mean you have to air all your dirty laundry. You have to be as authentic as you are comfortable with as a company. But you can't get away with lying all the time and manipulating, because it's going to get out there.
Yeah, unless you're in politics.
And it still gets out there.
Nice
Nobody cares.
Yeah, but in addition, you just have to have a game plan, have to execute it. I mean, you really have to think it through. But at the same time, you have to be prepared that whenever you promote anything, be it a company, be it an individual, be it a community, you're always going to get that 10 to 20% of people who don't like you no matter what you do.
Okay,
that's
and
just
that's fine.
marketing. That's just the way it is. Now, with social, you have to react to that by having a two-way conversation, whereas historically, you didn't have to. You could just ignore those people.
Absolutely.
Today, you can't because they're there.
And with that, we want to talk about one of our favorite sponsors, Wix.com, who have an awesome community, 25 million
We
members
love
and
Wix.
growing. They're great. I actually have a Wix site, and it's doing a great job. It does some amazing stuff. I invite you to check out Wix.com.
Wix.com now supports HTML5, so you can view your website on an iPad, an iPhone.
Or any other device that works with HTML5.
Exactly. All right, thanks for listening to The Bunker Show. If you want to leave us voicemail feedback, call 1-877-636-1474, and we'll bring your comment, suggestion, feedback into the show. See you next week.